Hello, it's good to see you on the mat today. We begin our practice by opening the hips, lying down in reclined bound angle. Letting gravity take your knees down towards the mat as we begin to connect to our breath. Just noticing how it feels flowing effortlessly in your body. Not changing it, just feeling, quieting the mind. Take one deep inhale and exhale it all out. And then gently take the knees up towards the ceiling, extending the left leg and hugging the right knee into the chest. Pulling it in, opening up the hip crease. Take one inhale, and on your next exhale, reach for the foot, cradling the shin into the chest, waking up the outer glute. Taking note of how your body feels in this moment before we fire up the energy. Releasing the right leg down, pulling the left knee into the chest. Finding ease in these supine postures. One more breath here. And then gently cradle the leg into the chest, finding whatever position feels the best. Whenever you're ready, we can gently release the foot, taking both knees up towards the chest. Waking up the hips with a few gentle little knee circles. Going one way and then the other. Making sure to balance out both sides before extending the arms shoulder height. Dropping the knees to the side on the exhale and inhale to bring them back up. Matching breath with movement as we gently wake up the spine, aiding in our digestion by massaging our abdominal organs. Find 2 more rounds of these, moving gently, connecting to the core to help you effortlessly move the legs from one side to the other. And whenever you're balanced out, we meet with the legs up towards the ceiling, knees still bent. Gently rock up to boat pose, seeing if you can find your balance without using your hands. Take one big breath here, pull the navel into the thighs, and then exhale to revolve to the left. One big breath. And then exhale to come back through center before gently revolving to the right. Sitting up nice and tall, bringing fire and heat to the belly. Beautiful. Exhale back through center. And gently plant the feet, crossing at the ankles, standing up and folding over the legs. Finding a little dangle here to release any tension we may be holding in the neck. Swaying gently from side to side. And then exhale to release the hands and rolling up to mountain pose. Grounding down through the feet as we inhale, take the arms above the head. And exhale, bend to the right. Gently opening up the side body. Moving through center to bend to the left. keeping the chest spiraled open to the front of the room. Exhale to come back to center, releasing the hands, and flat back dive to halfway lift, extending through the crown of the head, arms float by the sides. And exhale to forward fold, planting the right hand, bending the right knee, and peeling the left arm up for a twist. We can deepen this posture by bending the elbow and reaching for the opposite thigh. Exhale, back through center, and inhale, peel the right arm up to the sky. Waking up the backs of the legs and the upper back. Taking one more breath before gently releasing on your next exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Feet are hip width apart, sinking into the bottoms of the feet. Rolling the shoulders down and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Step back to plank pose and take a nice and strong vinyasa, moving with control. We meet in downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here for a moment before finding your static pose. Beginning to build up heat with some sun salutations. Gently make your way to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands reach overhead, and exhale, heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, flat back dive. Halfway lift, and step or jump back to plank pose, taking a vinyasa. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, roll over the toes, hips up. Ground through the left foot, right leg comes high, and into our low lunge, releasing the hands up, big inhale, and exhale, heart center. Inhale to tuck the back foot, lifting up into a high lunge and coming back into plank pose. Taking a vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Taking the left leg high, three-legged dog. Bending the knee, taking it in through the chest, low lunge. Inhale, reach, and exhale. Coming into our high crescent lunge to rain the fingertips down. Step back, plank pose, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, we meet back in downward facing dog. Gazing at the hands, step or jump to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up high, and hands to heart center. Inhale, coming into chair pose, sinking into the hips. Hold here for a breath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Planting the hands, plank pose. Take a vinyasa in your own time with your breath. Ground down through the left foot, right comes behind and in through the chest, warrior one. Big inhale and exhale to step back, vinyasa. Downward facing dog, left leg comes high, in through the chest, and we step up nice and strong, warrior one. Rain the fingertips down, plank pose. Taking a vinyasa, feeling the heat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes high, in through the chest, and reach up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, hold here, drawing the shoulder blades together, spreading through the collarbones. Taking the arms in front of the chest, eagle arms, meeting palms and lifting up, big inhale, nice and strong in the legs. Exhale to gently release and unravel the arms, reaching up into warrior one. Inhale and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle with the elbow on the knee. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step back to plank pose and take a vinyasa. Extra points if we add in 2 push-ups. Come on, you can do it. Build up the strength. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to roll over the toes. And inhale, left leg comes high. Bend the knee in through the chest, reaching up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, palms face forward. Big breath. And then draw the arms in front of the chest on your next exhale. Reaching into eagle arms, whichever side you did not take before. Inhale to lift, nice and strong, feeling powerful. And exhale to release. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Extended side angle, reaching the arm overhead. Exhale, runner's lunge, plank pose, and gently release down onto the knees. If hero pose is okay and is in your practice, we can sit down on the mat with the feet by the hips. Otherwise, we can sit up on the knees. The right hand comes to the heart and left comes to the belly. Taking a few moments here to connect back to our breath, back to our center. Noticing how you feel now after a few minutes of movement before we begin again. Take one more centering breath and find a deep exhale. Then plant the hands in front of the knees, taking the knees underneath the hips and the hands behind. Exhale, press everything up to the sky, dropping the head back. Stretching the whole front of the body, especially the quadriceps. On your next exhale, gently release the hips down to the heels, taking the hands in front of the knees, and finding a few rounds of cat-cow. Waking up the spine, moving with the breath, going at your own pace, rounding on the exhales, lifting the chest on the inhales. Taking 2 more rounds before meeting back in tabletop pose, neutral spine. Tuck the back toes and exhale, lift the knees off the mat about a few inches, holding here, connect to the core. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. Finding length in the spine. Before raising the right leg high, 3-legged dog. Taking the knee in through the chest, planting the foot, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, triangle pose, sending the hips back, reaching the left hand high. Then connect to the core, windmill the arms around and reach the right up for reverse triangle. Exhale, extended side angle, taking 1 breath here. Inhale, and exhale, come into runner's lunge. Find your footing before stepping up and coming into half splits, sending the left leg high up behind you. pulling the chest as close to the right leg as you can, while stabilizing and finding your balance. Carefully making your way into half moon, reaching the left arm up as we turn to the side, stacking the hips. Take one more breath before gently lowering the left foot and releasing into a low lunge. Inhale, reach up high, and exhale, send the hips back half splits. Take one big breath here to reset, and then gently step up into plank pose and back into downward facing dog. Left leg reaches high to repeat on the other side. Coming into warrior one, and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs, triangle pose. Connect to the core and reverse your triangle, sending the right hand down the leg, left reaches overhead. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale. And exhale, pivoting on the back foot, runner's lunge. Stepping up into our half splits, not judging how far your legs are apart. Finding your balance, using your breath. And whenever you're ready, coming into your half moon, planting the left fingertips. If we can find our balance, maybe we float the left hand off the mat, honoring wherever we're at today. And gently releasing, stepping back into our low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Flexing the left foot back at the face. Taking one deep breath here. Opening up the hamstrings. And then plant the left foot down on the mat and gently step up to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands reach up, and exhale, heart center. Grounding down through the left foot. Inhale, raise the right knee into the chest. And exhale, grab onto the big toe with the right hand, extending the leg in front. Gently open the leg to the side, keeping the hips square. Exhale, take it back in front, and then using your strength, release the hands, keeping the leg floating in front of you. Find your balance and sweep the leg back behind into warrior three. Exhale, sweep the leg up in front, extending nice and long, and back into warrior three. Taking a little Shiva squat, bend the knee and tap it to the left leg, warrior three. Inhale to standing, raising the right leg and coming into eagle. Seeing if we can wrap the leg around the left. Not judging any wobbles or falls here. Take one breath. And then exhale, keeping the arms where they are. Try to unravel the leg and send it back, warrior three. You got this, nice and strong. Hold here. And exhale, gently release back to mountain pose. Wiggle out the legs and prepare for the other side. Grounding down through the right foot, left knee comes into the chest. Extending and grabbing with the left hand. Keeping the hips square as we gently open it up to the side. One big breath, and then extend it in front of you. Find your strength, connect to your power, And sweep the leg behind, warrior 3. Hands can float wherever is comfortable. Sending the leg back in front. And exhale, warrior 3. Your legs are getting a nice workout. Tapping the standing leg. Exhale, warrior 3. Knee comes up and wraps around the standing leg, making your way into eagle pose. Bonus points if you're practicing this balance sequence by the water or outside on an uneven surface or somewhere that it's windy. Find your focus point and breathe. And whenever you're ready, releasing back into warrior 3 with eagle arms. You're doing great. And exhale, release it all, mountain pose, shake out the energy, and gently come down onto the bottom. Bound angle pose, sending the soles of the feet together. Shake out those legs, flap the butterfly wings. Taking a moment here to notice your breath and the heat we may have built. Maybe massaging the feet if they started to cramp up on you during that big balance sequence. Send your body some love on this next exhale for all that it does for you. Take one more breath, maybe going a little bit deeper on this exhale. And then inhale to lift the chest, coming into deer pose, taking the right leg behind as we twist gently to the left. Sitting up over the left leg, finding what position feels good to your body here. Maybe closing the eyes, just noticing how you feel. And whenever you're ready, sweeping the right leg around, coming back into bound angle. This time pulling the feet as close into the hips as we can, opening up through the groins. Reaching the chest forward with a nice flat spine. Extending through the crown of the head as we ground down through the sit bones. Then make your way into deer pose, extending the left leg behind, both knees are bent. This pose looks very different on every body, so don't judge whether yours looks completely different than mine. Honoring your own practice and your own body. Releasing back to the sit bones, extending the left leg in front, bending the right knee. Finding a twist, taking the left elbow to the knee and right arm reaches behind. As we twist, we bring our attention and our awareness to the spine. On your next exhale, coming back to center, placing the right foot on the left inner thigh, folding over the left leg. Inhale to find length in the spine, reaching out through the crown of the head. Exhale to deepen this stretch. Inhale, lift back up, extend the right leg, planting the left foot and finding your gentle twist. Breathing nice and easy, whatever that feels like in this moment. One big inhale, sending oxygen to the brain, and exhale back to center. Squaring the hips and extending through the spine before folding over the right leg. Keeping the foot flexed, and we're active in the quadricep, getting a better stretch in the hamstrings. Finding one more breath in this posture before gently lifting up on your next inhale and extending the legs, coming into staff pose. Sending the arms out in front of the chest, roll down onto the back. Preparing for bridge pose, planting the feet hip-width apart. Exhale, send the hips up to the sky, squeezing through the glutes. We can stay here, or maybe we come up onto the balls of the feet, sending the hips up even higher. Feeling our energy being balanced by this pose as our chakras open and align. Exhale to release, hugging the knees into the chest, pressing the lower back down into the mat. Holding space for yourself. And finding one last glute stretch. Cross the right leg over the left, stacking the knees, reaching for the ankles, pulling them into the chest. Making sure to find what position and angle feels good to you. Releasing tension wherever we find it. Take one big inhale, nourishing the body with the breath, and then exhale to gently release and switch legs. Pulling them into the chest as we relax the forehead and the jaw, melting down into the mat as we open through the hips. On your next exhale, gently release the feet and take any other postures that your body needs in this moment to be able to relax in Shavasana. Maybe legs up the wall, maybe a shoulder stand. And then whenever you're ready, we can gently release into our final resting pose. Taking your time to get fully comfortable, making any minor adjustments in the body. Closing the eyes and bringing your attention to your natural breath. Allowing the body to soften and relax. Feeling the weight of your body become heavy on the mat as we surrender down. Being here with the breath for the last minute of this practice. Allowing it to flow naturally and easily. This is where I leave you today. Thank you for joining me in this Vinyasa class and sharing your energy with me.